Okay, guys, it's Timmer. You're watching the Prejam show for November 29. And I've got good stuff to show today. I've been working on like an actual real world project, which is for Oxfam, a charity for one of our clients. And I've done quite a lot of animation and ad units and that kind of thing for it. So what I did was I figured this is a perfect opportunity to show an adaptation of our crowdfunding project, because that's basically what they do. So I took some of the creative and I flowed it into that. That gave me the opportunity to mess around with the backer level logic a little bit and to show how you can modify that for different use case scenarios. In this case, we have people who are basically donating money, and as the amount of money that they donate goes up, it results in things being purchased for villages in other countries. So it starts off with like, you know, at $10, it's a bucket, but it can go all the way up to a goat or a bicycle or things that are, you know, really, really useful for people in those countries. So I want to show that, and that's going to allow me to show some good code. Let's take a quick look at it here, shall we? Okay, so it's similar to what we've been working on. It's not too much of a departure, but you can see that the creative has been floated in there from the ad units. And I can maybe show a little bit of the ad units as well, just to show how to work with SVGs, because I'm using SVGs here. And as you can see, it's all very nicely responsive because of those scalable vector graphics. So that would be fun to show. But guys, we'll see how far I get with that lesson today, because I think there's something even more important that I need to address that I want to spend a little bit of time on, which has to do with the submission process. So in my class, I require people to submit at the beginning of the class. And, you know, people just aren't really doing that. And I thought about it, you know, and I've kind of had to drop the hammer a couple of times to get people to do it. And I was thinking about it, and I realized, you know, this is very, very different from what people are used to. In fact, the way that we have come to work in web development over the last couple of years is very, very different from all other aspects of media. In any kind of usual program or even on the job, you get an assignment, you work on it, work on it, work on it, and you try to use, you know, all the time that you have to make it the best it can be, and then you fire it over the wall. You submit it, you know, in school, you get a grade from that, you might get a little bit of feedback, but web development doesn't work that way. It's the only area of media where you submit before you begin the work. You know what I mean? So if you think about it, if you're working in tools like GitHub, for instance, if there's an issue, well, usually the very first thing you're going to do is create a branch, and then you're going to let people know you've created a branch and you haven't even done anything in it yet. But you do this because the nature of our work is that it's, one, always online, and two, never finished, right? So like nothing that goes online is ever done. It just goes through states. You have, you know, features you're planning and features that you already have in operation, and any of them are up for change. So in our world, this method works a lot better because I have to let people know and let them watch and monitor while I'm doing it, because if I drop the ball, somebody else has to be able to pick it up. For whatever reason, it could just be that I've got too many features. But if I've got, you know, a bunch of issues assigned to me and half a dozen branches on the go, and some of them seem to be dead because they haven't seen any commits in a while, somebody should be noticing that. This is very, very different from the way that things are usually done in school. So I think I have a little bit of work to do to explain that to people and get them used to that idea, because I think they're sort of feeling like, oh, you know, you expect me to submit it right away, but it's not done yet. I don't want you looking at it before it's done yet. And we really need to get rid of that thinking, because that's just not the way things work in our industry. So I am going to spend a bit of time on that, and I'm going to talk about the motivation behind it. And hopefully that will get people a little bit more at ease about submitting from the beginning, because it's a requirement, and I'm not going to stop requiring that. I'd be doing a great injustice to people if I did. So yeah, so I'll let you guys know how it goes with that conversation, and you'll have to check out the stream to see how far we get in the practical lesson today. Okay guys, wish me luck. I will talk to you guys soon.